Hey, yo, YouTube, what's up? It's your boy, Louis Fear. I've noticed recently, like, this cavalcade of Canadian gentlemen, the BreadTubers, the debate bros, the serfs, Django Science Lad, H Bomber guy. He's not Canadian. You could throw in Vosh in that list, Philosophy Tube maybe, but he doesn't debate with anybody. And I keep seeing the same pattern over and over. Like, these are post-collegiate, probably financially indebted homosexual gentlemen. Vosh is not homosexual per se. I think he's a self-identified power bottom, but who's in a relationship, and it's pretty obvious that there's a reoccurring pattern. And I started to think about it, and I guess if I were to explain why so many of these young gentlemen are at least either homosexual or so indebted to spreading Marxism, is that, for one, they're not going to be held accountable for their philosophy. See, they could enable women to be as confrontational as they want, because they're not going home to women at the end of the day. These are men who confide in other men. They don't have to offer up companionship. They don't have to approach women, because that's not what they're into. So they could allow women to be as toxic and spoiled as need be, because they're going home to a dude. There's also the issue of being financially indebted to your philosophy. Like, you can't escape it. Some of these men are probably like $30,000 to $40,000 to $60,000 in debt to an ideology that they probably don't even believe in. But since they're promoting that ideology as a means to pay off their student debt, they're not going to challenge it. Third, there's also the fact that racially, Canada or Europe is still racially hegemonic, so they will not see the negative trends of immigration strike them. And lastly, this is the most nefarious one. These gentlemen, they've flipped the script, because they no longer are interested in actually debating the subject on the table. What they want to do is turn every debate into a referendum on the individual that they're debating with. It's a trial, as a hypocrite or the distributors once said. What they want to do is they want to put their interlocutor on trial. It doesn't matter if you want to discuss whether or not immigration is a fair policy and that we should have a cap. No, they're going to turn it into a referendum on you as an individual, that you're going to be brought up on moral charges, and that's how they earn their super chats, pay off their college debt, and go back home to their loved ones. It's just that simple. But what bothers me about how they do it is that they do it by ascribing nefarious intent towards masculinity in general. See, you can't just call someone a racist or a sexist. You have to let him step into a trap. If anybody remembers Sargon of Akkad and Vosh's first debate, you saw what it looks like when you don't set a proper trap. Vosh asked Sargon of Akkad, "Do you like black people? Well, what do you don't like black people for?" And he went on the deep end. Vosh's intent was to ascribe, to say that not liking black people is a greater symptom of being a regressive, reactionary, racist, ethnic cleanser. Second debate, Vosh knew better. So what he did was he waited for Sargon to say that he wants to protect his countrywomen from the marauding horde of 7th century religious authoritarians from the Middle East. And then Vosh said that, "Oh, so you don't like brown-skinned people. Oh, you're a racist, ethnic, etc., etc., etc." See, you have to lay the trap out first. So in the end, what ends up happening is that masculinity becomes their weapon. If you show masculinity in any way, shape, or form, that's how you get labeled a racist. That's how you get labeled a sexist. That's how you get labeled a reactionary. That's how you get labeled a Nazi, an ethnic cleanser. Tim Pool, who constantly says that he wants a stay-at-home wife, well, he's a regressive. And a regressive is just a few inches away from a fascist, and a fascist is just a few inches away from an ethnic cleanser. Jordan Peterson wants you to be strong. he wants to bring back strong masculinity. Well, Jordan Peterson is a regressive, which is just a few inches away from being a fascist, which is just a few inches away from being an ethnic cleansing race soldier. Sargon of Akkad wants to protect women. Sexist, racist, fascist. You can't lose with that strategy. All you have to do is wait until your interlocutor demonstrates a desire to be masculine in any way, shape, or form. Then you hit them with the Nazi label. And it only works. It works best when it's coming from a gay man who doesn't have to prove his masculinity to anyone, because he got a little bit of masculinity waiting for him at home. It's just that simple. These Canadian, gay, financially indebted men have a vested interest in tearing down money, because that is where their money comes from. Did I say money? Tearing down masculinity, because that's where their money comes from. And it's becoming painfully obvious that we cannot really engage in fair debate with them as long as we're going to be up on trial and they're going to be protected from the consequences of their stupid, toxic, misandrous philosophy. That's all I had to say. So Vosh, Django Science Lad, Philosophy Tube, H-Bomber Guy, Surfs, who else? I would put ContraPoints in there, but Contra is a little bit more level-headed, and she's not really a debate bro. She's just a commenter. So yeah, those guys suck. Peace.